something to share. Okay, so you were asking, you have actors that you like. I have eyebrows that are pointing straight up. You have actors that you like, and you're getting ready to shoot, and you're wondering how you shoot coverage on a scene, or how you shoot a scene, really.
Yes.
So there's a basic mantra: block, light, and then shoot. And so the idea is that are you going to be the camera person and the director, or are you going to have a camera person helping you?
I'm going to be camera person and director. I have a sound helper.
Okay, fantastic. So you'll the actors will you'll get to the location and you'll dress it the way you like it, and you'll get the actors dressed in their wardrobe, and then you'll if you have makeup, you do that, and hair, and otherwise you do it yourself, and you make sure they're not shiny. You might get blotter paper or something. If you don't have anything else, sometimes that's a good thing to have, just so they don't have shiny faces, you know. So, and they're all ready, and then you're like, okay, let's just try it and see what happens. And you let the actor, or you can either show the actor what you want them to do, or you can be like, hey, so this is the bed and this is the window, and your journal is there. Let's just see how you'd like to do it, is what I would do typically. And I'd see them do it, and I would either talk with the cinematographer or talk with myself, in your case, or the sound person, and be like, well, does this work? What do we got to do? And also, oh, I'm sorry, the first thing you do is talk with the actor and say, yeah, that's great. Or you might say, you know, it's hard for you to be, if you're against the wall, I can't get behind you for the reverse. And so it's better for you to move over to the chair in the middle of the room. I'm going to move the chair to the middle of the room. It's better for you to be in the middle of the room when you end the scene, because then I can get the camera around you more. Let's try that. And then you try that with the actor. And once you have it the way you like it for your shooting, then you're like, okay, blocking rehearsal is over. We're gonna set up lights and camera. And you'll get your camera and lights set up. The actor will relax, or, you know, be nervous probably. And but the point is, the actor will be in their space, and you'll be getting the technical stuff going, or the craft. It's not technical, it's craft stuff going. And we shoot in one direction, and then we turn around, by which I mean, and we go from wider shots to tighter shots. So you do your widest shot first, and then you go, when you get it the way you like it, you go, okay, that was perfect. We're going to move in for coverage. And if it's two people at a table, part of the time you're pointing one way, and the other part of the time you're pointing the other way, right? So you want to get all of your stuff from this direction before you turn around. So whichever actor, if there are two actors, do better with more rehearsal, you shoot them second. You film them second for coverage, because they have the most time before you're in close-ups of them. And the reason we shoot all of this side first is because we have lights and things over here, and obviously the camera. And it's easy to be, okay, we're here, now we're going to shoot closer and just move our lights in a little bit, but it's hard to move everything around and then move it back around. That's considered unprofessional to do.
Okay, so first, like if you're doing the one side, and then if you need to do a closer from that same kind of angle, you film that first and then switch.
Yes, okay. And for me, I try to shoot a shot. I grew up with, I went to undergrad at SUNY Purchase, and they had a big theater program, and there was a lot of emphasis on rehearsal. And so I'll shoot a shot from the beginning of a scene until the end of the scene if I can, because I want to get as much coverage as possible. And I think it allows the actor to get into a natural rhythm. Some people will only shoot the part they need. They'll be like, I only need a close up in the middle, so I'm just going to shoot that moment. And that's a choice that you can make, but it doesn't take much longer to shoot the whole scene, and it gives you, you know, it gives you extra footage, more opportunities in editing.
Okay, cool. So right now I kind of have just planned out, well, I have like, you know, all my spaces reserved and whatever, and I basically have like a shot list for every scene, and like specifically what I need. but then just kind of outside of the whole like filming idea, should I provide them with like lunch and like food
Yeah,
and
well,
stuff?
okay, so here's the thing is, when people feed me, I'm really grateful to them and I like them. And going off of that, just in it with being completely manipulative, it's in your interest to feed your actors. Like,
Okay.
because it represents you as caring for them. It's one of the most basic ways we care for another person. So even if it's pizza and bottles of water or something, having something for them is nice. Honestly, it's like giving people that you might not have the budget for this, but giving people like I try sometimes to give people tiny. You're not going to do this, but you could do something like this, like give everyone a candy bar and a note. Is like giving people little engraved. Like I usually, well, like I shot this Lifetime movie, and the murder weapon in it was a rolling pin, like a baker's rolling pin. And so I got engraved rolling pins and gave them to everybody. You
Oh, that's so
know,
cute.
well, I did it to be nice, but I also did it so that they would feel like they were part of a project that cared about them.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And like honestly, my second film, I wrote notes to people, and the post-production supervisor said it was the first time in his career that he'd received a thank you note from a director. And that was very touching, and it was also free, by the way. So like it didn't cost me any, it cost me 10 minutes to write a thank you note. So
Mhm.
now that said, you might want to front load your kindness. I mean, it's always better to be kind to people, right? But letting your actors know, you want your actors to have a safe place to experiment and play. And you want to like that's the environment you want to create for them is a place where they're safe to explore. And you want to like make them feel safe with you, because they're going to give you more honest and deeper performances if they feel safe to try things. On that same note, it's better to give people individual directions separate from the other actors. So you don't tell the whole room, Abby, I need you louder in this scene, because it's going to make everyone in the scene be louder. And generally, you don't tell people something like be louder. You say, really make them hear you. Okay. Do you see the difference between those two notes?
Yeah.
Well, what, but okay, so just to be clear, I think you do see it, but just to be clear, one of them is telling them technically be louder, and the other one is telling them to make the people that they're interacting with hear them, which is it's about their interaction, it's about their relationship to the other person.
Yeah.
So,
And it sounds less like you did it wrong, you need to be louder kind of
yeah, it's motivational. And for what it's worth, in the syllabus, there's a list of, I think it's called the ultimate list of acting verbs. And they're all they're literally single word directions you can give actors that will change their performance. So you might want to have that.
I need to look at that.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's great. And it's things like seduce him this time, or really punish her, and everyone's going to do that differently. But they'll do it their own way. The emotional content will be sincere. It's giving them enough rope to. It's creating a place where they can tell the emotional truth that you want told, but in their own voice. So they're being sincere instead of like fabricating something.
Okay. And then this is kind of a dumb question because it's more specific to what you actually do. When you need to give an actor like their specific, or like you want to do it individually, like you said, how do you kind of like pull them to the side or whatever? Do you tell everyone to like take a break and then come up to them, or what do you?
Yeah, well, okay, that's a great question. And like the actors, everyone wants feedback from you. Like there's two things. Everyone wants feedback from you, and they also want to know that they can move on to the next thing. And your like directors, they're the only people on set that there isn't a test to get to be them. They're hired just because of their taste. Like, and when you're making a film, like what people want is your taste, and all those people, the actors, the cinematographer, they're all like waiting to hear whether Abby liked what she got. And so the actors are going to naturally, you're going to call cut, Don't call cut too early. Let people have their last moments. You're going to call cut, and then a lot of people, they're going to probably look at you and be like, what did Abby think? And then you'll be, and actually there's a thing, Robert Romanus, his character actor, he was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High and a bunch of other stuff, but he said like the best note that a director can give him is to go like this. We're going to do one more. And that means you did everything good, we're going to do another, you know, because they have things they want to do differently too. Now, that said, you don't give that note unless you're good with everything the person did. But if you have a specific, the other actor, you have a note you want them to change, you pull them aside and you say, and they're not going to be like, oh my God, the director's pulling me aside. They're going to be happy that they're getting feedback from their collaborator who cares about their performance. And you'll tell them, punish them this time. Let them know that this is not okay, you know? And then you might look over at the other actor and go, we're just going to do one more, you know, thumbs up, we're just going to do one more. Or you might pull that person aside and be like, really listen to him, let him know that you hear him, or something else, whatever your action verbs are, you're going to give them.
Right.
And you do that, and it's important that they don't hear each other's directions, because if I hear that the other person's going to punish me, I'm going to be like, you know, I might be able to follow your direction. I might be like, he's going to punish me, I'm going to punish him. You know what I mean? Like you're going to, it screws with their heads. It's better for them to just have their own direction.
Okay, I see. All right, I'm trying to think if I have anything else. I don't know. Do you have any tips to make things run smoothly?
Yeah, be kind to everybody. Don't like, when you get any advice, when you get any suggestions, the first thing you need to think is it better or just different? And don't do things that are just different, because you're making Abby's movie, you're not making the sound mixer's movie or your producer's movie, you know. So if they have something that's going to make Abby's movie better, like take it and run and give them credit for doing it. But you know, make sure you're making your movie. And if you make mistakes, they'll be your mistakes, versus like it's horrible to take someone's note and have it make your movie bad. Like I've done it more than once, I'm embarrassed to say, and it's horrible. So like look at the final product and be like, I should not have done that thing because, you know, I wanted that person to approve of me, you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
So make your own mistakes, make the place safe for people, and let people know that you're grateful that they're there. And always remember that you're telling a story for the audience. There's one last thing, Abby. There'll be a strong temptation to say fuck it, and you're going to want to leave. Like you're going to want to be done with the day, and everyone there, like they want two things. They want Abby to be thrilled, and they want to get to go home. Like those are the two things everyone, like anytime I go to set, that's what I want, is I want everyone to think that I'm awesome and I want to be done, you know? And so if you need something done again, say uno mas, you know, just get another one. Like don't say, okay, and don't say fuck it. Like you can say fuck it, but just know if you say fuck it, that means you need to do another one. Because that what fuck it means is I'm abandoning the thing I cherish.
Yeah.
And you don't want to do that, because when you're watching the movie, you know, in the big theater, you'll be like, that's not good. And I knew it wasn't good when I was shooting it.
Okay.
I think those are my, and sit whenever you can. And wear comfortable shoes.
I guess that's something I wouldn't think about, but that's, yeah. Okay. Sounds good. All right. Thank you so much.
Okay. You're all right. You can message me and you can message me. I'll get back to you very quickly if you're having trouble on set, okay? Or if you have a question on set.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little nervous just working because they, you know, they expect a lot from me, but I did meet with the cast over Zoom and we did a read through and like kind of discussed the script and everything. And so that like calmed me down because they seem very excited. It's a couple of them, their first like booking all together, so they're excited.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. And with new actors, be careful about them performing too big, and be careful about them indicating. Did we go through in your classes a really short video on overacting? Did you guys
I don't
see
think we
it?
did. Mm-mm.
Okay, can you pull up the syllabus?
Yes, let me see.
If you go to, if you search for acting, there's a section in the back on acting.
Um,
I'll try to find it as well.
I have it pulled up here. I'm just looking for the little acting section. Do you know what it's under?
I think if you go Control F and then
Mhm.
acting, it should be the like the 5th or 6th thing that comes up. Let's see here. Control, acting, not interacting. Oh, okay. It's it actually shows up in the number in the second one, directing actors how to avoid overacting. And I'll put it in our chat also. It's like literally a 4-minute video, but it's really simple and helpful. Where is my chat? Chat, okay. That's the link to it.
I wonder how I'm missing it. I see the one that says like a simple getting started directing or something, but I couldn't find the overacting one.
Oh, that's it. That's it. A nice simple video to get started, directing actors how to avoid overacting.
Oh. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, I found that one as well. Okay, cool.
Take a look at that. And if someone's overacting, don't tell them they're overacting because it'll be mortifying. Tell them, tell them the camera, the microphone, it's an amazing microphone and it can hear a whisper. And the camera's like so close to you that if you think something, the camera's going to see it. And so you can do tiny things, you can do nothing at all, and the camera's going to read it as emotion because the audience wants to figure out what your emotion is.
Mhm.
So, and the thing to be careful of is not to say, wow, that was really big, that would work in theater, but that's way too big. You know, like you have to be careful to inspire and encourage the actors rather than make them feel bad, which I'm sure you wouldn't do, but I just want to, warn you about that because they're delicate beings.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Do you mind if I share this video? Because I think it might help some of the other students.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. Anything else you wondered about?
I think that's everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure that, yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you.
Okay. Well, as we say, break a leg.
All right. Thank you. I will. I'm going to try to.
Okay. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
All right. I'll see you on Thursday. Bye.
Yep. Good luck.